In 1933, Germany was bankrupt. Unemployment stood at 30%. The government couldn't pay its own civil servants on time. The country owed billions in war reparations it had already defaulted on. By every economic measure, Germany was a nation that couldn't afford a pencil. 6 years later, Hitler had the most advanced military in European history. 3,000 tanks, 4,000 aircraft, an army of 4 million men. The question every economist and historian has asked ever since is this: where did the money come from? The answer is one of the most audacious financial frauds in modern history. And almost nobody outside academic circles knows how it worked. To understand what Hitler did, you have to understand exactly how bad the situation was when he took power in January 1933. Germany had lost World War I not just militarily, it had lost financially. The Treaty of Versailles imposed reparations of 132 billion gold marks. The Great Depression had gutted the economy. Industrial output had collapsed by 40%. 6 million Germans were officially unemployed. The German military, the Reichswehr, was capped at just 100,000 men. No tanks, no air force. But officers were secretly planning. The moment Hitler became chancellor, the order went out: rearm Germany, do it fast, do it hidden from the international community. There was one problem: the money didn't exist. To solve this, Hitler turned to a man named Hjalmar Schacht. Schacht was not a Nazi. He was a banker, one of the most technically brilliant financial minds in Europe. His most important invention was something called the MEFO bill, and this is where the story becomes genuinely extraordinary. The government created a dummy company called MEFO GmbH. This company had no real assets, no employees. It existed entirely on paper. When the government ordered tanks or aircraft, it didn't pay in marks. It paid in MEFO bills, promissory notes issued by this shell company. Because for practical purposes, they were real money. Money that didn't appear anywhere on the government's official budget. Between 1933 and 1938, Germany issued 12 billion Reichsmarks in MEFO bills. It financed 50% of all rearmament. MEFO bills were clever, but not enough. Schacht paired them with a second mechanism: aggressive trade manipulation called the New Plan. Germany needed raw materials, but had no foreign currency. Schacht's solution was bilateral barter agreements with smaller nations. Germany bought grain or coffee and paid not in gold, but in German manufactured goods. These partners were locked into the German orbit. Schacht knew this couldn't last. The MEFO bills would eventually come due, and the government had to start paying them back. In 1937, Schacht told Hitler the economy was overheating. He urged consolidation. Hitler ignored him, and Schacht eventually resigned. What Schacht built is studied to this day. It shows what happens when financial engineering is placed in service of military expansion. The war that killed 70 million people was, in part, a debt collection scheme. Subscribe for more deep dives into history.